welding on this pin here because I still need to put some weld on it and then turn it back down because there's some low spots.
Okay, last day of barley, and I'm actually just chewing up the field because it's not quitting time yet, but it's not, I'm not doing it for the bushels. As you can see right there, it's yielding hardly a bushel. And if I can show you back there, mainly just cutting it because it's the road is right over there, and once in a while I'll drive by and look at an uncut field, so I thought, oh, I'll just go ahead and keep whacking. I cut all day today, and our trailer, which holds full 1,100, isn't going to be full. So cut a lot of acres, not a lot of bushels, but knew that was coming because, you know, the hail and the drought, I knew at the end was going to just be picking and then finally deciding to call it. So anyway, this will end the barley harvest. We do have a little bit of wheat left that's hailed, in fact right across the road, but tomorrow they're talking a little showers and something, so I'm not sure I'll be able to get at it for a day, but we'll see. And then we do have a little bit of canola left, but before all that happens, we're going to be already, past the farm show when this gets aired. We'll probably be back, and I'll be back in the combine again. So, but anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. Barley worth cutting. What do you say, Coby? He's speechless. Got your tongue? He doesn't like that one. All right, in a bit.
A lot is happening, guys. He's getting ready to go chop the rest of the little wheat that's out there, which is not much, just a little hailed stuff. And then Nick is still spraying. He's loading up right now, getting ready to go. And now I'm gonna take the big bud, 600. We just got done repairing the packer and the plow. So we need to get going. I need to get this ripped, get it done, so I can park the tractor, or park the plow, and then hook up to the air drill, bring it over and start working on it, because we got to think about winter wheat. I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit of what's going on so you kind of have a better understanding. As you can tell, this here has been deep ripped about 12 inches down roughly. And then of course I took the plow and the coil packer, and it looks pretty level. It's not really super level, but it's pretty close. But what's happening is you can tell, it is just cutting the roots right off all this kochia. And this kochia, I mean, they got some really, really big roots on it. So we're eliminating all the roots, we're destroying all the growth that's on this field right now, and what we're doing is we're tilling in all that turds, bunch of turds that we had spread on this land, and we're tilling it into the ground. So now what's gonna happen is you're gonna have the earthworms and the organisms that are down in the ground, and they're gonna start eating on all that turds and start breaking it down, which is gonna turn the ground into more mellow, and it's gonna be really, really good nutrients for the plants to grow in. So when we put our crop in the ground, it's going to be really, like, it's really basically fertilizer is what it is. This right here has been deep ripped. As you can tell, it is really rough. It's not very smooth at all. And I'm cutting the roots, and I'm tilling the ground, and it's rolling the ground, fluffing it up a little bit. And then I have these drag harrows right behind, which is kind of leveling it out. And it's also, if there's any weeds that are somewhat kind of attached in the ground, it's rolling the weeds and ripping them out. So then you have this, which is still fairly rough, you know, it's kind of wavy and it's not very great, and you have clumps in it. Well, then you got the coil packer. Now, if you look closely, the coil packers, they don't spiral one direction. Some of the coil packers spiral this way, and then other ones spiral this way. So what it does is it works against itself, and it starts mashing and clumping up those, or breaking up the clumps, and then it turns into this really nice seed bed. As you can tell, that's looking pretty good. You still have some clumps, small ones, but not very big at all. So this is turning out to be really, really nice. I mean, it looks good. But I don't know what it is, but there's something about the smell of freshly turned dirt, and when you're ripping in the ground, and you're just seeing raw horsepower just doing its thing. It's just really soothing and relaxing to the soul. What are you beeping off? Take control. Okay, let's get back to work. Rocks out here. So this isn't like a super big rock, about the average size that I've been pulling out of this field. So it's nice that we were able to use that zone builder and not only fracture the ground so that we can let more moisture go down below, and then that way the root structure for the next coming crop is able to tap into that moisture, but we're also ripping out these massive rocks so we don't break shanks as easy on our air drills, and it's good. It's awesome. It's working really well. That I don't think would really do very well with the combine if we don't pick it, so need to call Wiggles. Wiggly Waxter. He can come out and rock pick. He likes doing that stuff if he's not busy.
Well, we're at probably the last day of the wheat, cleaning up the wheat. Finished the barley yesterday, no, 2 days ago. And there was a field here, a couple fields of wheat that we left and started the barley because this is low production. And you want to see how low it is? Here's how low it is. I'm giving you the skinny on it. Yeah, it's making about 3. Nice to be in the combine, and Coby's in there. He's hopefully won't take off. I put the parking brake on. I didn't show him where that is. All right, he sees a little coyote. Always fun. He thinks it's a riot, so we'll see what happens.
All right, guys, we were looking for a while, and there really wasn't much out there, and then all of a sudden this thing popped up in Shelby. A 1986 Ford 655A. It runs really well, it starts great, and it's got lots of power for what it is. And there's so many times on this farm, we really could use a backhoe that runs well. Let's go take it for a test drive. This backhoe drives so smooth. I mean, it just, compared to our other one, oh man, our other one was rough. It was beat. But yeah, this thing is pretty stout, and it runs good, it shifts great, it's awesome. So we plan to use this thing a lot.
Well, this is probably the last full load on this combine as far as the wheat harvest. I do have a little bit more wheat to cut, but it's not going to amount to a full tank. So I'm going to be dumping probably the last time in this truck this harvest. I'm not sure I'm going to get it all on, but I'll try to get as much as I can. All right, Coby just got back from chasing a coyote. Are you tired? I gotta open the door. I think he's using up all the oxygen.